Afternoon everybody, hope you're all alright. And we're back to the horrible nasty weather again. I'm just coming on to do this card with you. As I said in my video yesterday, I've got a few cards and whatnot prepared, so this was one of them. And we're using the Fallen Flowers, which is this one. Okay. And I've also used the die cut out of the flourished thinlits, and I'll just show you them. All these big ones I keep in this box, in the boxes that we sell. I've used the big flourish, this one, and I've used this one. So yeah. So I started off, I die cut my flourishes first, and you know yourself, to get opposites, if you know what I mean, if you only have one die, you run it through once and then turn it over and run it through again, so that you'd end up with two mirror image, if you understand what I'm getting at. Now you can either have them like that, where both flowers are meeting, or you can have it like that, which is the way I'm going to do mine. Okay, so I've just took a piece of our Whisper white cardstock and I've cut it at 5 inches. Okay, and I've scored it at 2.5 on one side, 2.5 the other side, just to make a classic gatefold card. That's all I've done. For my insert, I took our Berry Burst. Love this colour, and I'm going to be sad when it's gone. Okay, and I've just took it down, as you can see, 2/8 on all 4 sides. And then what have I just done? Do you know, if I had brains I'd be dangerous. And I've also done it again with my Whisper white piece. Okay, so that's my insert, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping on there, but not quite yet. So you're thinking, how are we going to get these flourishes stuck down, because they're all finicky? Right. I'm going to show you, and it involves Tombow. It's a good way of getting a epilating, actually. You have hairy hands, this is ideal, especially with Tombow. I've just put it on the back of my hand there. Now, before you, I'm not telling you to do this, right? Before you do this, do a patch test first. Okay, because I know my skin is resilient to this glue, but yours might not be. You could have allergies and something in this glue could kick them off. So please always do a little patch test before you go doing what I do. And I'm just dipping, and I'm not being any precise, because so long as it just gets a bit of glue on, just to hold it down, that's me happy. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little squish, and you can also see that I've added gems. Watch out for these gems. I'm not even going to tell you what colour they are, you can guess for yourself. Let's just say I know somebody who's very happy because it happens to be hair colour. Let me just see. I want to try and get as much on as I can, just to keep it down for me, and a bit on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just dipping it in and out of the glue, and try and get them as close to matched up as you can, and give that a squish down. Now I'll have to find my cloth to wipe that extra glue off my hands. Just give me a sec. Okay. Just got a baby wipe. Ooh. That glue is so sticky. Okay, that's it off. So there's the outside of our card, okay? And then now we want to concentrate on the inside of our card, which is our layers. So I'm just going to put my very base down first, because as I said, we are going to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm taking it by now that everybody has heard about the colour revamp and Stampin' Up. And I think, to be honest with you, there was a bit of hoo-ha. I personally won't be changing my cardstock until I have used up all the cardstock that I've got. Because I just can't justify it, to be honest with you. So you'll have to bear with until, don't get me wrong, I will get the packs of the new in colours and whatnot, but as for me other colours, I will not be replacing them until I've used what I've got. I just can't justify it at all. So apart from the new in colours, I will be sticking with what I've got for the time being. Okay, so for our insert, now I'm covered in glitter now, look. Sparkling personality. Aye. Don't forget to put your lids on now. I'm going to use pink pirouette. Only because it goes with something that I've already put on the card. I know it's getting retired. So yeah, we're going to say bye-bye to pink pirouette, but at the minute it's still there, so I'm going to use it. Tough. Right, I'm going to get my flourish out. And all I want to do is, I'm going to do it very lightly, just there. So I need my bigger block. To use my stamping jig, actually my stamparatus, but I shall use a block. Now this is red rubber foam backed, so I know I don't need a mat or anything underneath. Just getting it well inked up. And as I say, I just want to stamp it sort of there. Because we are going to put a nice little phrase in. And you don't have to put much pressure, just 5 seconds. And it'll give the ink time to transfer over. And I'm going to use my berry burst. Okay, so that's just like little fade into the background going on there. And I'm just going to put that to the side so I know, remember to clean it. Now you do know with our pinks and our reds and our darker colours, they do stain photopolymer stamps. Nothing to worry about, it doesn't affect the stamp in any way at all. And I've not used this stamp set yet, so I'm just pulling the cling off the top because I know it's very noisy. Let me see. It's a beautiful day, thank you. Love what you do. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. I'm going to use I'm lucky to have a friend like you, because on the front I will put, when I come to send it out, a thank you. Just making sure I'm getting this the right way round. And as straight as I can. Now, the new inks, I will tell you, they are a new formula. Okay, your new ink pads. And what they've done is, I will show you now on this stamp. Okay, the old ink, we would pat, 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 pat. And I don't know whether that camera's picking it up, but can you see it like all bubbled? See the way it's gone all bubbly? Okay. I'm showing you as best I can. It's definitely there, you can definitely see it. It's all bubbly. Yeah. Well, the new ink, what they've done is, the new formula they've used will not bubble. You won't get that bubbling going on. And that's why they formulated the new ink, to stop that, because too many people were complaining. Look what I've done. It's a good job I can turn that over, isn't it? Try again, Mel. That's because I'm trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, so that's why they done it, because too many people were complaining they weren't getting a crisp image. So I'm just going to do this again. You won't notice it as much on your red rubber stamps, but you will notice it on your photopolymer. So let's see if we can get this where it was. Do you know, it was that lovely here yesterday afternoon. I actually sat out in the garden and got sunburnt, because I wanted a base coat, because we're going away shortly, and I wanted my base coat, and I look like a lobster now, to be honest with you. But it will be brown by the time we go away. And when you look at it today, it looks like a day in winter. I don't know what's going on with this weather. Right, so we'll do our sentiment again. And again there you can see where it's bubbling. It's nothing to do with the stamps, it is actually the ink. So we just want it going over our flourish a little bit. So yeah, that's why they've reformulated it, so that you don't get that bubbling and you get a clear, precise image, which is brilliant. Okay, so now for the top, I've also cut out, die cut 2 of the, I'm getting so much. 2 of them ones. Okay, so I've cut out 2 of them, and I'm not even going to stick them down. All I'm going to do is put a glue dot on either side. And in actual fact, I'm going to put the glue dot on the back of this, because I know exactly where I want it to go. It's going to go at the very top and the very bottom. because I think we spend that much time in decorating the outside of our cards that we forget about the inside. And if you'd ask me, the inside is more important to me than what's on the outside, especially when it comes to vases. I will go in a shop and read a vase rather than look at the outside of the card and think how cute it is. I always buy my cards by the vase. Doesn't matter what the outside looks like. It's what's on the inside that matters more to me. Just making sure I'm getting this straight. Okay, bend that back. And the same on the bottom. I want it straight at the edge. Okay. And I don't want it over as much because I need to leave room for the other side. Get down. Typical Mel, stuck the glue dot too far over. Easily remedied. I only need it to catch while I glue it down anyway, and it doesn't want to. Well now. Okay. And there as well. So now I'm just going to run my glue over the back of that, making sure to get them corners. And I have to say thank you to the person who put me onto this glue. It seems to be working. I actually got an email from a lady subscriber. She said, Mel, try this glue. She said, because you crack me up every time I'm watching you with the glue. She said, you're killing me. So I said, okay. I'll give it a go. Right, so we're going to stick this on the inside now. And as I say, I've just left that little border, if I can get it straight. Give it a good squash. Okay, and I don't know whether you've seen that phrase that I used is out of the Love What You Do stamp set, and I'm just going to put, let me see, I've got some already punched out and die cut thingamabobs. Actually, could put it down there, couldn't I? I will go for it there, but I'll stamp on first, and I'm just going to stamp out the thank you. We'll do the thank you and a couple of them little flowers. So stick this on my block. Thank you. And you can see the quality of these stamps. I mean, and I'm going to get that out as well. They are second to none. And I'm just going to stamp stamp my sentiment in the thank you. Okay, and this is again out of the love what we do, love what you do. Move that out the road because otherwise my arm will go in it. And I'm just going to stick thank you near the top. Okay, take that stamp off for the minute, and I'm going to swap and change. Bring me pink pirouette back out. Get me little flowers. It's like a cluster of little flowers. We used to have a punch that was very similar actually to them flowers. And I'm just going to stick a little cluster there. Okay. And we'll do a little cluster over the other side. Over here. Okay, so I'll leave all these stamps over here so I can clean them. Then I'm going to find some of my sticky doodads. I use the bigger ones. And remember, you only want them on the side. That is going to be stuck to this side. Okay, that should be enough. I always stab them in the middle, it makes them easier to pull off, especially if you have nails. Okay, so we're going to go for this down here. I've still got that bloomin' Tombow. Okay, so there's our card. So that's the outside of our card. Again, have a good look at them gems. I don't think the camera is picking up the colour. Little hint. Okay, and that is the inside of our card. And I absolutely love that. I love the flourish anyway. I've used it on loads. The fallen flowers. That's this. I absolutely love this, and I will cry when they retire it. It's not going this time, but I have a feeling it's going to go next year. But I've done candles and everything with this on. Absolutely love it. So there's our fallen flowers. There's our flourishing thinlits that we've used, and then I use the I'm lucky to have a friend like you and thank you out of the love what we do suite that is available to you now as a little sneak peek from the up and coming new catalogue. So you can purchase that now. It is in 3 bundles. I will leave the link to my web shop down below where you can go and have a nosy if you want. And I'll also leave the link to my email address as well. If anybody wants to know any more details about anything, any of our products, please feel free to get in touch. I know there is a lot of hoo-ha going on at the minute about copies and stuff like that. from Stampin' Up, from now on you will get the black and white and the new logo. Okay, you will get that. They are no longer doing the green. Okay, so every new item you buy from now on, and out of the other catalogue, the new catalogue coming out in June, will all have the black and white. Okay, so just be careful where you're buying your stuff from, and make sure you're getting the best you can for your money, because most of the stamps that have been copied, they're using silicone. Now, silicone is not good. It contains a lot of bad things. I mean, you use it round your bath, you know, and round taps and stuff. It stinks, to be honest with you, and it is not good for you to be handling all the time. So just be very careful. Stampin' Up always uses photopolymer, which is the best you can get, or the red rubber. They will never ever ever use silicone or anything else that's substandard. So just be very careful. So there's today's card. Sorry for rattling on. I know it's been 26 minutes. But yeah, thank you ever so much, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And I shall speak to you all tomorrow. Bye.